case 1832229DM. Ms. Yeager is here today after failing to appear before referee Snyder on November 15th, 2022. Bond is currently set at $500. This is the first bench warrant. Ms. Yeager refused to provide any information to the deputy that spoke with her this morning, and there have been no payments made on this account. Front of the court recommends that a reasonable bond be set on this matter and it be scheduled for hearing on November 1st, 2023 at 8:00 a.m. before this court.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Yeager, you're before the court charged with civil contempt of court due to your failure to appear at a prior hearing as a result of your failure to pay child support. The purpose of this hearing is to set a bond that would assure your attendance at the next hearing on November 1, 2023 at 8:00 a.m. You will get notice of that in writing. Are you able to post the bond, ma'am?
No,
Okay.
I don't. I was robbed, assaulted, raped, beat up. I have no address, no phone because I keep getting robbed.
Okay.
No
Well-
support. I have set things up. The day that someone called the cops on me to steal my dog, my safety dog, I had something in place. Then the guy takes my dog, calls the cops on me so he can steal my dog. The cop said, calm down. I said, well, get me my dog. The guy stole it. What's your name? I said it 3 times. He couldn't even hear me.
Okay. Well, what I'm going to do is it is your first,
So for 12 hours, I sat in my piss clothes because the guy took my dog and I said, give me my dog back. He made me pee my pants because he said something and ran off. I froze. I was treated as if I was being aggressive when I was still. I was put in a strap in the chair. I said, can I please change my pants?
Okay.
These 5 ladies, I'm sorry, but this is no one has questioned. I questioned to speak to someone.
Would you stop? That doesn't go to the issue of bond. I don't need to hear all of that. It's not your
I'm saying I'm distressed. I asked to speak to someone so I would become undistressed.
Okay, would you
so
stop?
I can take care of this matter, and no one will let me.
Yeah. What the court's going to do, it is your first bench warrant, so the court's taking that into consideration, but you've not ever made a payment in this matter, so I'm considering that as well. I'm going to set your bond. I'm going to set your bond in the amount of $100. If you're able to post that, you'd be able to be released. Do you have any?
How can I post something when I was stopped in my tracks? Every time I have an opportunity to make money, someone prevents me.
Okay, thank you. That's all we need today, ma'am. You're free to go.
So what's going to happen? I'm stuck in jail until the 1st?
You'll stay there till the 1st if you don't post.
Okay, I have a tooth that I need to get taken care of. I need to get the guy who stole my puppy. Can I please be allowed to do my adult things so I can even make this money? How can I make money if no one will allow me to?
Would you please mute her? Thank you. Okay, go ahead, Mr. Chapman, with the other matters.
Thank you, Your Honor. I have some bench warrants for the record here. Oh.
William Perry, also known as William Woodrow Perry Jr. That's you. First thing is, are you registered properly right now?
Yes.
Okay.
I was waiting for this last year. Judge, and they,
Well, you know, you've got this current case. You have a prior conviction in 2016 for not registering properly out of Brazoria County. Thereafter, you committed the offense of illegal possession of controlled substance in Brazoria County and convicted of that in 2019. And then this one comes along this is normally a third-degree felony, but with your prior criminal history, you're looking at habitual felon status. Do you understand? I mean, it's no less than 25 years to life in prison.
I know that he was on probation still, when, on the first case, when he was convicted of the second case and revoked on the first case of those two cases. So I'm not sure how that applies as far as it being habitual.
It depends if it was was it regular probation or deferral?
Judge, I think that those two cases, when we finally obtained the judgments, were concurrent. So I think that it would enhance one and not two habitual.
But what is the second? When was he finally convicted in 79613?
Judgment.
I showed that his offense was 7/12/16. He got 10 over 5 on 12/14/16, and he got 4 TDC on his revocation on 1/28/19.
Wait. What was the sentence on December 14th?
10 years, probated for 5.
And then when he was revoked, he got 4 years. I'm looking at the revocation, Judge.
And
1/28/2019. Whereas in the indictment, it says 2016. And also, I'm pretty sure it specifically states in the judgment that it's to run concurrent with the other one. So
The concurrent running, I mean, but he was convicted.
well, isn't it true if they run concurrent, or if the judgments reflect that they are supposed to run concurrently?
I don't think
Okay.
it's that. I think it's the sequence of the commission of the offense.
I want to say we've looked into this before, but I'll have to double check, Judge. But either way, it would be enhanced 1 or it would be enhanced 2 habitual.
And what we are discussing at this point from the state is a possibility of the offer would fall within just the 3rd-degree range anyway, and the second 2 paragraphs would not
Look.
come into play. But I'm going to
Yeah.
ask for more time because
Okay.
we're working
Yeah,
on
take
getting
your-
some additional
what time you
information
need,
about his
but
registration.
At the end of the day, of all kinds of cases, of all kinds of convictions, his felony conviction that he is required to register for is most serious, is the kind of conviction that there is heightened attention to
Yes, sir.
the registration requirements of all cases. That may be the most important on the books.
And I believe he has been, although without maybe perfection, he's been registering since, was it 2003? That you started this, or 2020?
The
The conviction for the
was in 1999.
1999.
And I got out in 2005.
You gave me this too.
Sorry, I think that's extra. So there's the original. Is it a deferred or a straight probation?
Looks like regular probation, 10 years, TDC, probated 5 years. Date sentence imposed 12/14 of 2016. Punish in place of confinement, 10 years, TDC. And he's on probation on that day.
So, and then this is the third paragraph.
Then he's
Yeah, there's your
revoked.
1/28/19, right?
Sentence imposed. Okay, date of action 7/16. Date sentence imposed of.
Then
2019, a motion to revoke. He pleads true to several
Right.
They may be.
several paragraphs, and then he is sentenced to 4 years on 1/28/19, which
Right.
is
And so
the same
here's
day that the other one.
here's your third paragraph judgment, and it's the one that it states it's supposed to run concurrently. I think there's an issue there, Judge, but I could find that answer before we appear next time.
Yeah, I think it's just been real simple. Conviction, sentence, thereafter, conviction, sentence, and regular probation is
Right. It would be
can disqualify somebody from getting probation.
Right.
From in front of a jury. So,
but as far as
I don't know what
Right.
it may not.
we'll figure it out for
Make a
sure.
much difference.
But as far as the case goes, Judge, they're offering some new information that might affect my offer, and so we're asking for just a little bit of time to kind of go through
How much
everything.
time do you need?
A few weeks. Whatever
3?
the Judge will allow. Yes, sir.
Okay. We said 3 weeks. That's all.
3 weeks.
Thank you. Okay, Kechione Jones. Mr. Moharib, is he here? Well, Kechione,
Judge, that's a female and that's been reset, Judge.
yeah, okay. Surprise for me. That's been reset.
Yes, sir. And we have.
Good morning.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
No problem. All right, court is calling 2022 CR 0273, State of Texas versus Louis Fletcher Thompson. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Brittany Mitchell for the state.
Defense?
Renee Munoz on behalf of Mr. Thompson.
Are you Mr. Thompson?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Motion to Enter Adjudication of Guilt and Revoke Community Supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you the same Louis Fletcher Thompson who was placed on deferred adjudication in 2022 CR 0273 for the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon on February 10th, 2022 for a period of 5 years? Is that you?
Yes, ma'am.
State?
Your Honor, violation of condition number 4. In Bexar County, Texas, the defendant, Louis Fletcher Thompson, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of September and October 2022 in violation of condition number 4.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
And we'll waive the remaining violations, Your Honor.
Any objection?
No objection, Judge.
Did you understand by pleading true, the court could find it true, grant the motion, find you guilty, and sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still wish to plead true to violation of condition number 4?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find violation of condition number 4 true. Is there an agreement?
Your Honor, there is an agreement to deny the motion and to alter and amend for inpatient treatment. The state is agreeable to lifetime recovery, which he has done before. However, if for some reason he doesn't qualify or can't, then it would be state ISF.
All right, is that the agreement?
That's the agreement, Your Honor. And just a little bit of background, having since been on probation, he was rendered homeless. I did speak with the Vice President of Admissions, Mr. Welch, for lifetime recovery. He did state that he could be possibly transferred with the court's okay in about 1.5 to 2 weeks. And it did say that they can assist him with housing, they can assist him with additional counseling, and they can help him with placements in terms of possible Haven for Hope, an Oxford home, things of that nature. And I believe the state and the defense is agreeable in that there will be more opportunities for him with lifetime recovery and the resources they have versus ISF. I believe the recommendation for ISF was for cognitive reasons, not particularly significant drug reasons, but he has fallen on hard times, Your Honor. He has not reoffended or picked up any number ones. He did, fail to report for a couple months, and he did want me to apologize on his behalf for that, Judge. But we're hoping that we can get the chance for treatment to get back on the right track. And it would be a shorter process than the ISF.
Ms. Fletcher, Mr. Fletcher, can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you can lower your hand. Why are you not reporting?
Well, because I was staying with my sister and I thought you would take me to put in And she never did, and she's the one who used some of that.
She's the one who what?
She's the one who some of these drugs,
All right, who's your sister?
Lloyd Martinez.
All right, you're not supposed to be staying with Gloria Martinez.
I know, I'm sorry. I
Well,
thought she would help me, but.
no, you're not supposed to be staying with her. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
How far did you go in school?
Well,
So there are rules in place for you. If you don't follow those rules, you could end up going to prison for 20 years.
yes, ma'am.
You are not allowed to stay with Gloria Martinez.
Yes,
That is
ma'am.
clearly in your conditions.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sorry.
And, well, I mean, you should be sorry for you
I know.
because you're making bad decisions as though your life means nothing. Why you would want to live with somebody who is selling you ice is beyond me when you know you have a drug problem. You understand?
Sorry.
Well, no, I mean, you should be apologizing to yourself and apologizing to your body
Yes, ma'am.
and apologizing to Lifetime Recovery because Lifetime Recovery spent resources on you and they spent resources on you because they think you're worth it. And then you just throw it all away to go live with your sister who's using drugs and giving you drugs.
And Your Honor, he was living with her, but he had since stopped and he was at the homeless shelter, so he realized he was there. He was not picked up there or anything like that. He was picked up when he was living at Haven for Hope. So he had since stopped that relationship and he's in agreement that he's not gonna go back there. Yeah, he wasn't living with her at the time of him getting picked up.
I've been homeless for 2 months.
Well, I mean, about being homeless, do you have a job? Did you get a job?
I get SSI.
All right, so I know that if you receive SSI, SSI does help you with housing. Everybody, not you per se, but a majority, well, I won't even say a majority. Some people are just, oh, I'm homeless. And they're not trying to get a job. I see people every day who are coming up to my car, wanting to wash my windshield, or coming up to me, wanting me to give them money. At some point, people should be tired of, let me go out here and beg today and beg somebody to give me money. Wouldn't it be so much better? Wouldn't it be so much for your self-esteem if you didn't have to beg people for money?
I don't do that.
Well, you need to get a job.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to stop living with your sister.
Yes, ma'am.
And being contrite in front of me and apologizing for doing what you know is wrong is not really an apology. That's an apology to me for getting caught. It's not a true apology. That's you saying it's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. You knew you were not supposed to live with your sister. So instead of coming to court and asking for permission, your idea was, I'm going to live with my sister. And I know your sister then forced drugs upon you. You know you have a drug issue, but you went to go live with your sister because you could get drugs. And now you're coming to the court and saying, let me apologize to you. Let me ask for forgiveness because I didn't want permission because I knew you were not giving it. So I'll follow your agreement, but I'm telling you right now, everything that you do from here on out, you need to ask yourself, is this something that could potentially result in me going to prison for 20 years? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And if in your mind you say, the decision I'm making right now, I don't know, there's a possibility it could result in me going to prison for 20 years, then you shouldn't do it. And don't try to do this thing with me where you're asking for forgiveness instead of permission. And if it's something that definitely tells you, oh yeah, I'm going to get in trouble for this, then you definitely should not be doing it. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And when you get out of Lifetime, I'm going to deny the motion. Alternate meeting conditions to Lifetime Recovery. Lifetime Recovery will be picking you up from the Bexar County Jail. And he is not to have any contact with Gloria Martinez. Do I need to say it again? Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, I'll definitely, after we speak, admonish him about the consequences. I know you did a great job of that, and I think that is a good idea being transferred directly into it because he has since detoxed and it'd be a good opportunity for him to grow there. But we do appreciate the opportunity. He's appreciative of the opportunity, and I'm sure he's not going to be saying sorry in the future. He's going to be saying thank you for the chance.
Thank you, Counselor.
I'm sorry, thank you for chatting.
All right, you're welcome.
I'm just gonna show you respect, that's all.
Oh, I appreciate it.
Oh.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, who's here on Hector Rodriguez?
Harris Kelly, I think I sent you a memo, sir.
You did?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you haven't seen something. When did you send it?
Oh, this right here. April.
Let me see. Did I write it?
Yes, sir. It's right there on your right side, sir. Right.
Right here. That's 413.
Yes, sir.
Well, we got some problems here. I shouldn't say we. You. I got this memorandum in April. 4 months have gone by, and this shows that you were arrested in January for assault. What kind of filing has been done on this case? Do you know?
My record, review of the records, Your Honor, it looks like she had a court date as of July 31st, but I'm not gonna see it from Harris County. It was a bond forfeiture, it was a no-show, so I'm not sure for sure this.
It's getting deeper. Your probation conditions, among other things, include commit no offense against the laws of the state or any other state. Now, this is an accusation, but it's probable cause that resulted in your arrest, which is a red flag that then gets our attention. And I'd like, we're going to need a motion to revoke probation.
There's one name, sir.
Where is?
It was back in June of 2018 that was originally filed.
No. This is, I'm talking about the new events.
Oh.
Need to include that.
Yes, sir.
We need there's an amended. We need to amend it. Yeah. And include the arrest and also or the allegation of committing an offense Number 9, immediately report to your probation office any change of address, employment, marital status, any arrest. She did not do that.
No, sir.
That'll be another allegation of the violation. There are terms and conditions of probation that are mandatory for all probationers, ma'am. You're not following that. When was the last time she made a payment on restitution?
That was.
It was in April of last year?
Yes, sir. It was
15 months ago?
Yes, April 21st, 2021.
Really? You couldn't come up with 1 penny in the last 500 days?
No.
Well, we'll be the judge of that, whether you tried hard enough, but people are trying hard. I know what the status is. We got 5,000 people on probation. I know what the normalcy is. And people can get a job. They also can, in spite of their expenses, pay toward their probation orders. And this is restitution. Restitution means you essentially stole value from another. And that's what was part of this probation to fix this, was fixing it by paying them back the loss. What was the total amount of restitution that was ordered?
The total amount,
Yes,
sir, was $15,000. And she's paid, given credit for $6,064, which leaves her a balance of $8,936.
She's paid, how much something?
Altogether, she's paid $6,064.
So that averages about 100 a month.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Where are you working somewhere?
Not right now.
When was the last time you had an income?
When I was working at.
When was the last time? Give me a date, approximate, please.
January.
Of this year? What were you doing?
I was a manager at a salon for kids.
A what?
A manager at a salon for kids.
What happened to that job?
Um,
You're looking around.
I was
Look at
let
me
go.
and speak. When people look around, that's an indication they're trying to invent a story. And
I was let go
why?
because there were some TDLR regulations that wasn't being followed. And if they're not followed, then they take my license.
What do you mean? What particularly?
So I voiced the concerns and I was let go because I had concerns about the regulations not being followed in the salon.
And so let me get this straight. Your story is you were fired because of your concern that was brought to your employer that they were not following the law.
Mhm.
Well, have you talked to a lawyer about that?
No, but I talked to TDLR about it.
No, did you talk to a lawyer about maybe unfair employment practice?
No, but I filed a TDLR case.
Why don't you just look into that? Maybe you have a cause of action. Maybe, but that's your set of facts. But you don't find it odd that somebody could fire you for your concern that the law was not being followed?
I did. That's why I filed.
No, doesn't that make you feel that something is wrong with them, not you?
Yes.
Well, that's why lawyers are out there to help and assist. You ought to go talk to somebody. Maybe there can be some relief in a lawsuit if your facts are true. But that's one side. The other problem is my deferred order that I ordered that you are not following. That's a problem. And if you don't have the money to pay and you're trying as hard as you can, nobody gets revoked. But you have to convince me you're trying as hard as you can. But on the other side of the coin, you didn't, according to probation officer, you did not report your arrest, which is a big thing. Also, this offensive assault, have you been arrested on that?
Yes,
What's the status of it?
they are investigating because she's saying one thing
Okay.
and I'm saying
Have you had to go to court on this?
yes,
Okay, who's your lawyer?
it's a court appointed somebody.
The court appointed somebody.
I had a lady named Casey and then she got promoted to somewhere else. And so they're supposed to appoint me another one and I haven't met that person yet.
Okay.
The case.
All right, I'm gonna ask the state to amend on the updated violations so that we can get caught up on this. There'll be another motion to revoke probation filed. And you'll end up being arrested and have to get processed through. But these obligations are important. And number one is don't commit a crime. Now, you're presumed innocent, and that's very important. But it always, a conviction always begins with a charge. And how about the community service hours? Is she updated or behind on that?
So the community service is, he originally assigned 600 and she'd worked 458, which we leave a balance of 142.
Okay. I'm not as concerned about that. If work is in her way, if she's not working, then you've got obligations on that to fulfill, or else it's a violation. If you're not working, I expect you to be busy doing community service with us. You understand? All right. We've been struggling. I know I'm familiar. I recognize, Ms. Lewis, we've been struggling with this one for a long time, but I want us to be back in 5 weeks on an update of the status of everything.
Yes.
Get a resetting for 5 weeks. Jessica Moto.